Hey guys, so today we're going to make this, I don't know if it's a necklace necessarily, it could be a pendant, because like we're adding the some metal, or you can add different type of thread here, like not thread, but like this. You can make it like this, you know how this is, you can make the whole thing. I added the chain. So, but the thing is, we're going to make this this part of the necklace. I'm going to show you what I've used for this one, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to use for the next one. So for these, I've used 6mm rondelle, which are these. They're very shiny. Let me just show you the whole thing, because I think they look amazing. Look at these. Ooh, they're so nice and shiny. They're like pearlish. These are from Beebeecraft. This is the code. I'm gonna give you the link to them in the description. The thing I love about buying from Beebeecraft is that you don't get one strand like you get 20 pieces or something. You get 10 strands, like at super cheap price, and you have plenty. You can make 10 necklaces and give to your neighbors. So we have this 6mm that I used here. Now for these, I've used 3mm. It's this color. This is also very, very pretty and shiny. It's like hematite, color metal hematite with green, something like that. This is from this pack. Sorry, it's 4mm, it's not 3, it's 4mm rondelle. It's from this pack, but this pack comes with multiple colors. Like this, I've already used 1 or 2 strands from these. I still have this remaining. I have the one I'm going to use today, and I have these as well. So all these come in one pack. Look how gorgeous they look. I'm going to leave the link in the description for this as well. Next, these are multiple colors, as I said. So I've used one type of color from these, and I'm going to use a type of color for the next one. So this is the code. I'm going to leave you the link in the description. These are for the rondelle. So you have the 6mm rondelle and the 4mm rondelle. The green here, these are Toho seed beads. Again, they are from Beebeecraft. I don't know if you can see how nice they are. They're green and golden. Let me just show it to you like this. See, they're green and golden, like this. I'm gonna show you the code, and I'm gonna leave the link in the description so you see it. These are very, very beautiful Toho beads. For the golden ones, I have used perma-finish galvanized aluminum. These are 15-0, so you need, these are 11-0 Toho, these are 15-0 Tohos. And you are gonna need like circles, like round circles, and the chain. This is what I have used for this one. Now, for the one we're going to make together, I'm going to be using different colors. So I'm still going to go with this 11-0, and as well, I'm going to be using this instead of these 5 here. So I'm gonna go with full 15-0 on the bottom part. For the 4mm rondelle, I'm gonna be going with this color. This is from the same pack as I showed you before, that comes with multiple colors. And the 6mm, if you checked my unboxing video, I have gotten these. Look how many they are and how pretty they are. Look how nice they shine. So I'm gonna go with a mixture. Like I wanna go something more mixed, not in one color. So you're going to need the 6mm rondelle. We're going to go with the mixed one. 4mm rondelle for the top. You're going to need either 11-0 seed beads or 15-0, 11-0, or like just the 15-0, because I'm going to go instead of 5 here, instead of the 5 11-0, I'm going to go with 7 15-0. You're going to need the 15-0, so either just the 15-0 or both 11-0, 15-0. You're going to be needing the circle here, like the metal circle, and some chain, obviously the lobster and everything. If you want, you can do like this all the way till the top, like this, you see, like with the 11 O's or the 15 O's, as you wish. But you have to take into consideration the fact that this is not very easy. Like it's not super heavy, but it is a little bit heavy, so you're going to need a little bit something resistant, you know, to hold it in. Okay, so prepare your beads. As I said, 16 millimeters rondelle, 6 millimeter rondelle, 4 millimeter rondelle, 15 O seed beads, if you want 11 O seed beads, and the chain. You need a needle. It can be either 11, 10, something like that. You can even use 12 because we have the 15 O, so you can use 12. I don't necessarily use 12. And the thread. The thread, you want to be a thread that's similar to your big rondelle, to your 6 millimeter rondelle. So I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with the Toho 1G. If you can afford, you should use Fireline. I cannot, so I'm gonna go with this one. And yeah, so prepare your beads, 6 millimeter, 4 millimeter, 11 O's, and then we're gonna come back and we're going to make the necklace. Okay, I have my beads prepared, 6 millimeter rondelle, 4 millimeter rondelle, and 15 O Toho seed beads. Okay, so I have my needle threaded. Let me see if I can move my camera a little bit. Hopefully this is going to be okay. Okay, now we're going to begin by picking up four 6 millimeter rondelle. So I'm gonna go with them randomly. As you see, it's mixed, so I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now pull these down to your tail like this and just tie them. Make a knot. This, and I'm just going to tie them up again. And again, just to be sure. So I've made 3 knots. Like, I cannot get safer than that. Okay, now I'm just gonna go with my needle through all of them. Just zoom in a little bit. So I'm just gonna go with my needle through all of these. 4. And I'm just gonna come out of one random, whichever you want. I'm gonna cut this tail because it's going to bother me. I know this from experience. On the other one it bothered me, so I'm just gonna cut it off. So this is what you have. Now, you were going to need to make 12 groups of this. Now, this is one. For the next group, pick up 3 rondelle. 1, 2, 3, 6 millimeter. So 3 6 millimeter rondelle. Thread is coming from this side, yeah, and we're gonna go in this side like this. Pull the thread nicely and go with the needle through this one. So these are the 3 I added. Go, my thread is coming from here, so thread is coming from here. I'm gonna go through this one and through this one, like the top. So these are my 2 groups. How you know you have a group? You just count the holes. See, 1 and 2. These are 2 groups. Okay, I'm gonna show you one more time, and you will need to do this on your own till you have 12. So again, pick up 3 rondelle. 1, 2, 3, 6 millimeter rondelle. Thread is coming from this side, and you just go on this side like this. You added your 3 6 millimeter rondelle. Hold the thread. You want a little bit of tension, not too much, but a little bit. Hold your thread, go through this first one that's near to your thread, like this, and now go through the one on the top, like this. And now you have 3 groups. See, 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes. So these are your 3 groups, or you can go like 1, 2, 3. If you don't want to count the holes, you can count the beads. So you have 1, 2, 3. Do this, so keep adding 3 until you have 12 groups, and then we're gonna come back and go to the next step. Okay, so I have made my round. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is what you should have as well. Now, for our next row, you see my thread is coming out of this bead here. Hopefully the light is okay. Now, this is how till now your thread was coming out. Now, what we need to do for our next row, we're just gonna go with our needle through this bead here, like this. Next up, we're going to be adding in between each of these beads, like on this side. This is going to be the bottom part. See, we are here. We are going to add 6 millimeter between each of these. So just pick up 1 6 millimeter. You see, and we're just going to go through the next 6 millimeter. Like this, and again pick up 1 6 millimeter, and we're going to go through the next 6 millimeter. I don't know how to show it so that it's visible and that there's no bad lighting and everything. Yeah. So you're just going to be adding the 6 millimeter rondelle in between each of these rondelle until you come out of this one. And when you come out of this one, we will come back and do the next. So just add your 6 millimeter rondelle in between each of these rondelle. Okay, this is what it looks like so far. You see it already bends a little bit, but when we will add on this top, it will look very nice. So your thread has to come from this last rondelle here. Now for this row, we're done with the 6 millimeter. So I only have the 4 millimeter and the 15 prepare. Now I'm just going to move them a little bit here so I don't take so much light. Now pick up 1 4 millimeter rondelle. You're coming out of this one here, and just go through this one now. Like this. Again, pick up 1 4 millimeter and go through this one. This is the corner. Like, see, we have this 1 2 3 4. These are our cluster. So we go like this. And now in each of these holes, like in between these 6 millimeters, we will go and add 1 4 millimeter rondelle. So these are my 4 millimeters, and now I'm gonna go through this one here, like this. And again 1 4 millimeter. And I'm gonna go through this one, my next 6 millimeter. So do that all the way until you are here. So we're gonna add 1 here and 1 here as well. So we need to add in between each of these spaces. We're gonna add 1 4 millimeter rondelle, 1 here and 1 here. Now you see I finished adding all of my, I don't know how to show it better. I finished adding all of my 4 millimeters. You see, this is the bigger part where the curve goes like this. This is the bottom part. This is the top part. Now my thread is coming out of this. This is the bottom bead of the last cluster. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the last cluster, and my thread is coming out of this one. Now we need to add the 50 nose around the added 6 millimeter from the last row. So if my thread is coming from this, I'm just going to not add anything and just go through this, the one that it looks lower. Let me show you what I mean. So this is my last cluster, yeah, and this, you see, it's a little bit lower. So this is the one I want to go through like this. Now pick up either 5 11 nose or 7 50 nose. I'm gonna go with 50 nose, so I'm gonna pick 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm gonna pull these down. See how they're here, and I'm gonna go with my needle on this opposite side like this. I want it to like make like a jacket like this. Just gonna pull the thread. It's gonna look like this. And again, in order to reach this one, I'm just going to go with the needle through the bottom bead of the second cluster like this. And go through to the next one that I want to put a jacket on. This is my the other bead that is more low, that's not part of the cluster. And again, pick up 7 50 nose or 5 11 nose. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put them down. Thread is coming from this side, and we're gonna go like this. And just pull the thread, and it will go nicely like this. Go with the needle through the next bead. So we're going with the needle through the next bead without adding anything. This is the bottom bead of the third cluster, like this. Making sure we're not catching any of the 50 nose on the way. Now we go through this one, because this is the one we need to put a jacket on, like this. And again, we're going to do the same. So just add 7 50 nose under each, and then go through this one and this. So it's one no jacket, one with jacket. I don't know how this is called, but let's call it a jacket. So do this till you are at the end. You see, this is the first cluster, so this is the last one with the jacket. So when you're gonna put the last jacket, we're gonna come back and continue. Now I have finished my bottom row. You see all of my sticking out beads have jackets on, and my thread is coming from this last one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go through this bead here, which is the bottom from the first cluster, like this, and through this 4 millimeter. So my thread right now is coming from this 4 millimeter here. Why I did this? I want to add some 50 nose to make like a loop. In order to add the you can add, like, after you have the loop, you can make your chain from the bead, or you can add your clasp. So I'm just going to add here my 7 50 nose, so I make this loop here to add my clasp. So I'm just going to pick up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to go directly through this 4 millimeter. Like this. Now, without adding anything, I'm going to go through this 6 millimeter here. This is the top. Now we're going to make the X thingies. So we're going to go through this one. This is the top bead from the first cluster. Like this. See, my thread is coming from this one. Now, pick up 3 50 nose, 1, 2, 3, 1 4 millimeter, and 3 50 nose, 1, 2, 3. Push them down. The thread is coming from top on the right, my right. Now we're going to go bottom on the opposite side with the needle. So we're going to go on this side of the bottom bead. We just find the hole like this. See, so it's coming from this side of the top one, and we're gonna go through this side on the bottom one, so that this comes here. You can pull a little bit to make it more strong, tight. Now pick up, let me just zoom in a little bit, hopefully it's going to be easier to see. Now pick up 3 50 nose, 1, 2, 3, and go through the 4 millimeter. Pull the thread, like this. Again, pick up 3 50 nose, and we're going to go, you see, through here, through the top 6 millimeter. And when you pull the thread, it should be making the very nice X here. Now, this is going to be a repeat. Now, we're going to go without adding anything through the 4 millimeter. This is the top, to the 4 millimeter on the top. Just and through the 6 millimeter from the second cluster. So this is the second cluster, this 4 here. So we're going to go to the top of this, and as we did previously, pick up 3 50 nose, 1, 2, 3, 1 4 millimeter, 3 50 nose, 1, 2, 3, coming out of the top here, and we're going to go through the bottom 16 millimeter on the opposite side. See, coming from here and going through here, and just pull the thread. Pick up 3 50 nose, 1, 2, 3, go through the 4 millimeter, pull the thread so it's nicely secured. Again, pick up 3 50 nose, 1, 2, 3, and go. So you see, it's already obvious where you need to go, through this side of the 6 millimeter. So you have the X. And again, you will go through the 4 millimeter on top, and through the top of the, through the 6 millimeter, which is top of the third. This is your next cluster. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this you're going to repeat all the way till the end. You're going to do this X in between. So you're going to put one of this at the middle of each cluster, and when you're going to be at the end, we're going to come back and continue. Okay, this is what we have so far. I have put the X in between each of the clusters. Let me see, maybe like this it will be easier to see. Like, the combination of color is not the best. It looks awesome, but it's not the best for the tutorial. But you know that in between each of the clusters you have one X, which is made out of 3 50 nose and 1 4mm rondelle. So you have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 4mm on the top, in the middle of each cluster. Now my thread is coming out of this bead here, so out of this one. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So this is the top bead of the last cluster. Now we're going to go with our needle through this 4mm, and we're going to do as we did on this side. We're going to add 7 50 nose. So pick up 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and we're going to go directly through this 4mm like this. Now without adding anything, like, we're going to do the bottom part. If you like it like this, you can leave it. I'm just going to add some 50 nose between these 50 nose. So without adding anything, I'm gonna go through this 6mm. So this is the bottom bead of the last cluster. So I'm gonna go through this one like this, and I am here. Now pick up 1 50 nose and go through all of these 50 nose that we added previously. So go through all 7 or 5 11 nose, whatever you chose to use, like this. In between these clusters, like these jackets or whatever, I'm gonna add 3 50 nose. So you can add 2 if you feel that it's too wide. So let's go with 2 for 2 or 3, however you feel it goes. And we're just going to go through the next cluster. See, like this. We're going to go through all 7 of these 50 nose. So it's going to look like this. And again, pick up 2. So I have my 2 50 nose coming out of this cluster, and I'm just going to go through the next one. Like this. See here, for example, like, it could have went for 3, but it is what it is. We went 2 or 3, however you feel it works best. And then you go through all of these 50 nose like this. Through all 7. And again pick up 2 50 nose and go through the next group of 50 nose. See, some places is enough, 2, some places it requires 3. If you want, you can put on some places 3 and on some places 2, just have this nicely made. So do this till the end of the row, and then we're gonna come back and show you how to make the loop for the clasp. Okay, so this is what we have so far. I've added most of them. I've added 3 50 nose. If you use 11 nose like on instead of the 7 15 rows, if you use 5 11 rows, 2 should be sufficient, but if you use 15 rows you might need 3. So on several I used 3 and several I've used 2, and this is what we have so far. Now my thread is coming out of this. See, this is where I finished. Now I want to go here on the 4th bead here to make the loop. So I'm just going to go without adding anything, obviously. I'm just going to go through these beads. So the 6 millimeter, 4 millimeter, like without adding anything. I'm just going to go through them like so, and I'm going to go here on the thing, on the 7 I've added. I'm just gonna go through 4 of them, just so I am in the middle like this. Now if you want, you can, for example, do like this. You can go with 3 and just continuously make like you did with the 6 millimeter, continuously make the chain. If you want, you can make as I did on this part. You can make 3 3, then make a little use one 4 millimeter rondelle and then make the clasp. On this one I'm just going to make my loop to add the, I'm just going to make this loop here of 5 to add my metal part. So I'm coming out of here, pick up 5 15 rows, 1 2 3 4 5, coming out of this part, and I'm just gonna go on this side like this. And now we have our loop, and here is where we're going to attach the clasp, the circle clasp. Go through this one several times because you want to strengthen it, because as I said, it's not very easy. It's a little bit heavy on the front part, so you want to make sure that it will withstand, that it will not break. So you want to go several times through this. If you want to change to a thinner needle, that's good. Oh, I didn't pass through this one properly. It is what it is. Just gonna go now through it. Good. Okay. Now that I went 3 times to the little circle, I want to enforce this 7 as well. So I'm gonna go through the middle one again, the one that I made a circle. Definitely should have taken a thinner needle. Okay. Nothing broke, that's good. And I'm gonna go through these 3 that I added, these 3 15 rows and the 4 millimeter. I'm gonna go through these 3, the 4 millimeter, these 3 15 rows. I'm just enforcing it through this 4 millimeter. Now I'm gonna go again through these 3, and because I have already went several times through the 4th, I'm going to avoid that one, so I'm just gonna go through these 3 15 rows. I'm gonna skip the 4th and jump directly to these other 3, and through the 4th to the 4 millimeter like this. Ignore this, that's just because I didn't go through, but you have the hole here. So this is where I didn't do this now, it was from before. So this is where you're going to put the clasp. Now this thread, you can just make a knot here. You see there's some thread here that you can make a knot, that it will not get observed. We don't like knots, but if we can hide them, we can use them. Then I'm gonna go through this 6mm again and do exactly the same and make another knot. I'm just securing the thread like this, and now I'm gonna go through the 4 and the 6mm, and here is when I'm gonna cut. So I made a knot here and a knot here and a knot here. So now I can cut the thread here, and you're gonna the same thread, you can make a knot or tie it somewhere in the back. So you just tie it somewhere in the back, and you do exactly the same side, exactly the same on the other side. And this is the front part. If you want, you can obviously make it bigger. You can make all the necklace like this, not just the front part, but this is how it looks. Hopefully you like the tutorial. Hopefully it's easy to understand. It's very nice to make. If you place an order on Beebeecraft, don't forget to use the coupon code LauraR20 for 10% off on your whole order. I'm going to leave the coupon code in the description, as I will the links of all the beads. As I said, if you order from them, you don't have to worry about having enough beads. It's not 20-30, they come in 10 strands and you're gonna have plenty. On this one, the 6mm, I think I've used half a strand. You have 10 strands in the package. I've used half a strand, so you can make 20 of these or even a bigger, and you're going to have plenty of beads. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and yeah, happy beading.